Hello, little Commodores. It's writing time, one of my favorite times of the day. And I need you, friends, to pull out your story that you have been working on because today we're going to add a few more items to it. Remember, if you're not done with your pictures and your labels, that is okay. You can continue working on them today. The first thing that you're going to do, though, when you do pull your story, is retell your story in your best storyteller voice. Let me see if I can pull mine up so we can do that. Over fall break, I took my kids to Hocking Hills for a hiking trip. When we got there, the first thing we decided to do was drive around the mountains and find all the trails that we could use to hike on. While we were going up and down those hills, Eli started to get car sick. The next thing I knew, he was puking out the window. Puke came back on him, and it came back on his sisters. It was a mess. After that, we decided it was time to go back to our cabins so everyone could clean up and I could clean up the nasty van. And if you notice, friends, I worked on labeling my pictures yesterday, but something that I noticed this morning when I was reviewing my story is speech bubbles. I thought, this is a good page to add a lot of speech bubbles because there's a lot going on this page with Eli telling me he's sick and then him puking on himself and his sisters, and then his sisters having such a horrible screaming fit because it was gross, and then me driving because I couldn't do anything at the time, and I'm just going, no! So you might find a page today to add speech bubbles. Something else that we're going to start working on with our story today is adding sentences. Oh, snap. Fixed it. And you guys have been writing sentences on your pages, and it can be challenging, but we are so lucky that we have some of the smartest kindergartners at Perry Central, and I'm sure it's going to be no problem for you today. But remember, when you're writing sentences, you need to take it slow. You're going to look at your story. You're going to think about what you've been saying on that page in your best storyteller voice so you can write it. The first thing you do, if you notice, you're going to say your sentence, but then you're going to stop and say the first word. Once you do that, you're going to write the word. The next step is to read the word you've just written and think of the next word to write. But don't forget to always add spaces between your words so whoever decides to read your story will be able to. Remember, you say it, you write it, you read it, and you need a space. Those are the steps when you're writing a sentence. Let me write a sentence on my story so we can use that technique we've just learned. So let me think. I remember my pictures are helping me with what sentence I need to write on this page. Over fall break. Oh, what's that? Over. Over. I said the word. I wrote the word. I reread the word. Now I'm going to use my finger to space for the next word. And I don't need to keep my finger there. It just helps me visualize where the next word will be. So now that I can visualize where the next word will be, I'm going to use my handy dandy magic pencil with the pointer side over fall. That's my next word. Fall. Turn it to the writing side. All. Switch back to my pointer. Over, fall, break, let me see. Break. Over, fall, break, that's a snap word. That's easy. Over, fall, break, I took. That rhymes with look. Ooh, I can use the ending chunk off our snap word look when I write took. Let me go back and reread it to write again. Over, fall, break, I took my snap word. I can spell that quickly. Over, fall, break, I took my kids over, fall, break, I took my kids to ooh. I think it's like this. Because it's ooh. Maybe. We'll try it. Over fall break, I took my kids to hockey. Oh my goodness. I don't know what to do. There's not enough room there. You guys are right. I need to drop down to the bottom line. To hawking. And we've talked about when we hear the ing sound, it's I-N-G. Hawking Hills. Over fall break, I took my kids to Hawking Hills. Hills. Okay. Now I think it's time for me to start to put a sentence on my next page. So friends, your job today is to 1, reread your story in your best storyteller voice. 2, see if there is a place to add speech bubbles. And 3, start writing some sentences to go along with your story today. And friends, don't panic if you haven't finished all your pictures or you haven't finished all your labeling. You can work on that as well. I'd work for about 15 or 20 minutes on my story today after this video. And once your time's up, I wouldn't worry about it. I'd put it away for tomorrow. Writing's a process. Everybody works at their own speed. I can't wait to see what my friends work on today, and I know the other kindergartner teachers are looking forward to seeing what their little friends are working on as well. Have a fabulous day, my friends. I wish you all well.